I had a feeling yesterday we were going to come in the way we did, and I bet on it and, made a boatload. And so now the question is, where do we go from here? These markets are, coming apart. I expected this. The thing is, this is very much a trading market. So I always look at how the energy is going to come into the day. I see Tesla went down. Now it's rallying. My fear is I'm not going to be able to cover before it rallies. So I got this one broker that doesn't offer me a pre-market session. So anyhow, so, here's the Dow. And right now we're down another 400. So I always look at how is the energy coming into the day, right? So whenever you have this very large range, like you had yesterday, 1,200 points on the Dow, now you're opening 400 points lower. So I usually think when, you have this kind of day, with that kind of range, somehow you always got to get back into that range. So I'm always skeptical of the energy coming lower. I would prefer it, kind of gapped higher, and then, I would expect it then to take out the low. Now, it's a bit of a conundrum. I'm short all these instruments, and there's a part of me that feels like I want to just cover them all on the opening. There's a chance that we keep going lower. I mean, there's a big chance we keep going lower. This thing has now broken this thing, and now we're, getting into probably past this little area here. But I don't know, man. I don't think that we just keep going straight down here. So I think I'm going to, cover some of my short bets, on the opening, because I think that they'll try and close this thing. I'm very skeptical that we're going to keep gapping and going like this, and we're going to leave this. I don't see it. So, this is where it kind of gets into a bit of a, push pull. There's a dance. It doesn't change my bearish scenario, but, the markets are so wild and woolly that at some point, I want to keep my short bet on Tesla. There's a part of me that, they don't let you stay in these trades though. It's like if you're, stay in these trades 3 days, then they do another rally on you, take it all away. And then you got to, what I call like retake new territory. So you get short. Now you got to, retake this territory. You get short. Now you got to retake this territory. So, this thing's coming down in a stair step fashion. Now we're opening underneath these key levels. So this 700 is this neckline of this double top. But, right in this little distance here is that guy. So now we're, gapping open, gapping lower. And, now I'm saying, is it going to just leave this bar behind? I don't think so. I think it's going to gap and then start coming back up again. And then I'd look to reshort again at, 725 or something. But, then the thing is, if you get out now, keeps going, now you're chasing it lower. So a bit of a conundrum there. It's a classy problem to have. I have like 70, I don't know, I start shorting this around 750. So if I can cover it 695 and take 55 out of that, because you're right in this area. And these things, so this low is 695, this low is 678. So I don't know, man. And it's trading at around 699 now. We went lower, we're starting to come back up. And I can imagine by the time it opens up, it could even be up on the day. And if that's the case, then I'll probably hold it. I would want to cover on a gap lower, cover that thing, look for a push higher, and then, get back on the horse again. But, if we just somehow open, above 710, then I'm probably just going to keep it. And then I would just add to my short as it goes higher at some point. So this is the push pull right now. We've had tremendous carnage. I do expect the S&P to go to 36, 3,700, but it doesn't mean it's going to do that in 2 days. So, we've had an incredible sell-off. I think it was the biggest, the biggest down move since June of 2020. all of a sudden we're getting these statistics, worst bond market ever, worst opening to the S&P for the beginning of the year since 1939. We're getting these startling statistics. Walmart, worst down day in 25 years. Target, same thing. Worst down day since Black Monday, which was 1987, which I remember pretty well. I was on the floor that day. I don't know why. I'm having problems with my Wi-Fi, but so, this is Walmart, absolute carnage, starting to detonate all these assumptions. And so, these just, this is just dead money. You can see money's been, in these things like Amazon, Walmart, these, things that everybody thought, well, these are just go to the bank trades. You can sleep well at night. And you can see this has just been dead money for many years now. So this is what's happening. So, I would expect some kind of retest of this breakout area. So, I think this thing looks a bit overextended. So I would do some counter trend plays in here. I'm looking at, like Upstart and maybe taking advantage of this down. Let me just see what this looks like. And my feeling is, that we're going to start covering very quickly on the opening. Very rarely do you get 2 days of this kind of follow through.
So you can see, 45, it's 1.3 million.
$1.3 million short.
So pop out a profit for 118,000 there.
So you can see how this is going crazy now. You can see how the market just going nuts.
I bet like $1.6 million on this position. I'm showing right now $23,000 gain.